much better. So we'll use the microphone, we'll pass it around. So now, is there anybody who cannot hear me? Raise your hand if you cannot. Okay, perfect. So thank you for coming. Welcome tonight. I really appreciate everybody coming out. I wanted to make sure everybody is in the right place and do a little housekeeping first. And welcome everybody here. This is like amazing. We're taking pictures. I'm going to show my boss and everybody in Sacramento that San Francisco is the biggest and the best county in the whole entire state of California. Because we have a bigger group tonight than I think anybody did anywhere else. So thank you. I appreciate that. Good job. Tonight we're doing what we call a stakeholder meeting, and it's a meeting that the community care licensing is doing now. You may have heard it in other counties. We actually have already done it in San Mateo County, and we did it in Marin County. We're doing 2 for each county. One is for all family child care providers, and one is for child care centers. Tonight is family child care providers. So to make sure everybody knew that they're in the right place. Tonight is family child care. Tomorrow is child care centers. And you're welcome to come to both. There is no registration. There is no fee. We just want people to come and to and listen and learn and hear what we have to say in terms of sharing information for you. Okay? The restrooms are out the door to your left, right down the hall a little bit. There's restrooms. I apologize for the temperature of the room. It's freezing in here. But they assured us that by the end of the meeting, when we finish talking about regulations, it would be very warm in here. So we'll see if that happens. So tonight we are family child care providers, and you don't, as I said, you don't even have to be licensed. You're interested in it. We want you to come. We want you to meet us and learn about community care licensing and communicate with us. Okay. Community care licensing, I'm going to do a little bit of a spiel because I have so many people in the room. I'm going to take advantage of it. And I wanted to make sure that everybody understood it. We are part of the Department of Social Services in the state of California, which is a huge agency. And community care licensing is one of several divisions within the State Department of Social Services. Within community care licensing, we have different programs. There are programs for residential care for the elderly. There are programs for foster care. There are programs for adult residential facilities. And there are programs for child care. We are child care. So we license family child care homes, like all of you in the room tonight, and child care centers. We are an enforcement agency. At the end of the day, we are an enforcement agency. We enforce the Health and Safety Code and the California Code of Regulations. That's what we do. That's our job. But we like to see ourselves as being in a partnership with you. Because at the end of the day, our goal is the same. You want to have a 5-star facility. We want you to have a 5-star facility. So at the end of the day, we both have the same goal. So we're using these meetings as one of the tools that we can use to try to communicate with our providers, get to know our providers, without that enforcement hat on, without that knock on the door. Meet you, talk to you, and brainstorm with you, hear your thoughts and your concerns, and let us help to teach you and show you things that are happening in the child care world and things to help you and prevent you from getting any citations, okay? So we want to, that's how we kind of approach it these days. We want to work together in this partnership, okay? We're doing a PowerPoint presentation. We have actually 2 of them going at one time, and I'm notorious for not following the screens. So bear with me. I get going, and then I just keep going. But we have 2 PowerPoints. One is in Spanish. one is in English, and I know that we have a number of Chinese-speaking participants in the room tonight, and I apologize we were not able to get the PowerPoint translated into Chinese, but we do have a number of handouts on the table. I hope everybody was able to see the handouts, and a lot of those are in Chinese. We also have certified bilingual staff with us tonight, and you're going to meet them, and they are here to help you with translations. So if you have a question, there are 3x5 cards. We encourage you to grab some cards, write down your questions, and hold them till the end, because if we stop for every question, a group this size would be here till midnight. So we want to get through the PowerPoint and write down your questions, and then you can get assistance in translation if you need that with a question, because our bilingual staff can help you individually with your questions in another language. Okay? All right. So we talked about our role in licensing and what a licensing program analyst, kind of who they are, what they do. They come and visit you. Our office in San Bruno covers San Francisco County, San Mateo County, and Marin County. We have about 2,700 licensed facilities, and we have currently 13 licensing program analysts who actually go and visit you. And I'm so happy that you guys are here. You want to meet them at a different place without the enforcement hat on. It's wonderful. We are growing. You are going to see us more often. You've probably heard that we're going to increase the number of visits that we are currently making. We're pushing as far as we can with the funding that we have in order to increase our visits. And so we are hiring new staff. You will see new licensing program analysts out there in the next 6 months or so. And we will have probably 5 or 6 more staff out there in the field to help us increase our visits. If you're ever not sure who is knocking on your door, or you don't recognize this person, it's really important that you can ask them for ID. Everybody have it around their neck right now? They all have a photo ID that says who they are. And if you still have a question about it, you can call the office. There's one right there. You can call the office and say, hey, I have this person on my front doorstep. This is what they look like. Do they work for you? And we can do it that way. You do want to let them in. Please let them in. Because when they stand on the doorstep for too long, then their antennas start going up. And they start wondering, why am I standing on the doorstep so long? And what's going on that they don't want me to see before I get inside? So just ask them for ID, and they'll have their ID. And if you have any questions, you can call the office and verify that they are who they say they are. Okay? So what I'd like to do is we're going to introduce everybody. They'll give you their name and a little bit about maybe what area that they cover. Everybody here tonight has a little piece of San Francisco. So you may see any of them at any point. If somebody is out on vacation and something needs to get done right away, then we do reassignments, and somebody else may cover for them while they're out. So you could see anybody at this table tonight visiting you at your family podcast. Okay? So maybe we can start down that way.
Hello everyone, my name is Gagandeep Singh. I'm the analyst. I cover the Hunter Point area, so that's mostly my area. But like he said, I can go anywhere if needed.
Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Garfielder. I'm the analyst cover Twins Peak, Diamond Heights, Noe Valley, Glen Park, and Suffolk Market.
My name is Cindy. Okay, actually I have my case though, I have it in San Francisco and San Mateo. Some of you may met me before in Cal Palace area. So like, can you guys see me now? Yes, and let me introduce myself one more time. My name is Cindy. I'm the LPA, and my caseload is in Mateo and San Francisco.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. Can you hear me? I'm Jennifer. I cover Ingleside, San Francisco area, and then also the West Photo and Montero.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alma Malik, and I'm one of the supervisors for all his LPAs. There's two of us, and she's not here today. Her name is Suzanne Roman Clark. I'm sure you guys have seen that name. So I supervise Cindy Ma, Jennifer Yee, Gagan Deep, Andrea, Cindy Italiano, and Elvira. For now. That could change. That could change, but like Sharon, or like they said, they could be sent out all over the areas that we cover, which is San Francisco, San Mateo County, and Marin County. Okay, thank you for coming tonight.
Hi, my name is Andrea Medlin. I'm an LPA for 13 years now. I cover Western Addition. And another county.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Cindy Cariano. I am one of the Spanish bilingual. I primarily am assigned to San Mateo County, but as needed, I do go to Marin County, San Francisco County, San Mateo County. So you may see me if there is some interpreting needed. I am one of them. Elvira, who will be introduced next, is our second Spanish bilingual. Just to let you know, we are in the field a good portion of the time. So when you do call us, don't think that we're ignoring you. It's just that we are coming out to visit you, and we will eventually return your call. So be just a little patient with us. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Olivia Sierra, and I am one of the bilingual Spanish LPA. I do cover part of San Francisco and San Mateo, and anywhere else when we need to do translations. And as Cindy says, we receive a lot of phone calls, a lot of Spanish, and just be a little patient. We'll return the calls as soon as we can, within 24 hours. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Tony. I've been with the department for about 14, 15 years. And I cover Chinatown, Sunset, Tenderloin, parts of Soma, parts of Marin County. Say what? Western. You want Western Addition too? Well, there was a time I did a lot of, well, when I initially joined the department, I actually did a lot of San Francisco, almost like more than 50%. But that's why I think I got to know a lot of you guys. Okay, so, again, like Sharon says, that we're all here to serve you guys. Okay, hopefully you guys will be the 5-star facilities in the Bay Area. Okay, you know San Francisco. Well, I'm mostly San Francisco. I hope all the San Francisco facilities beat up Marin County or San Mateo. So 為咗我哋大家講中文嗰啲託兒者 ，OK， 晏啲咧，如果你哋係喜歡咧，我哋會同你哋講喺臨尾嗰個時間 ，OK。咁所以如果你哋係有啲嘢唔係咁清楚嘅咧，我同阿黃小姐喺度，我哋會留低嘅時間嚟同招呼你哋嘅 ，OK。
Hello, my name is Kian Huang, and I'm one of the LPA in the office. And working in the office since 2006. So how many years? 12 years. And I'm bilingual, Cantonese, Mandarin, but I certified for Cantonese, I speak both. So a lot of provider translation that I did a lot of them. So I cover Richmond District, Sunset, part of South Market, and Mission Bay. So downtown, I think one zip code downtown. So I will talk to you if the Chinese speaker needs help. I will do it in the later time.
Hello, my name is Lorenzo Manlice. I've been an analyst for over a year and 3 months now. I cover the parts of the Marin County, and in San Francisco I cover the Mission District.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through our agenda, and each person is going to take a little piece of it. I was only able to make, I think we made 50 copies of the PowerPoint and trying to save some trees. And so if there's a group of you together, if you could share, that would be great, so that people who are here by themselves might be able to get one. And if you didn't get one tonight, you can certainly call our office, and we could probably send one out to you. On an individual request, okay? So what we're going to do now is capacities, and Cindy's going to talk about capacity, right? Cindy Mock.
Hi everyone again. Okay, now we started to talk about the capacity. I think all of you must know about it, right? Because it's pretty important. Because like whenever we go out, is one of the things we need to do to inspect. Like how many kids do you have, right? So all of you must know about it, the number. So like let me start it. So actually, based on what you guys know, we have. Is it better if I stand up and talk about it? Because I think about you might not see my face. Okay, so let me continue, okay? And then so like based on what you guys know, we have two types of family child care homes, right? One is large, one is small. Okay, small one is on the license, is say 8. Okay, but all of you may know about it, right? And then, okay, if you have 8, doesn't mean that you have all 8 babies. Okay, you have to know about the age. Because like whenever the LPA go on, we count on the date, the birth date. Okay, because we have seen a lot of people telling us, okay, they have 5 babies. Okay, they say, okay, one of the baby will turn 2 tomorrow. Sorry, we count on the date. Even one day, we still count that baby still under 24 months. Okay, so please be aware of that. Okay, even the parents, I know the money is out there. Okay, you try to keep the babies. Okay. But unfortunately, okay, you better make sure you don't do that, okay? So, okay, let's say, okay, if the small family child care home, if you have 4 babies, which is under 24 months, that's all you can have. You cannot have more than 4, okay? Even you have a helper, okay? So, like, so if you have, okay, then you can have no babies, then you can have 6 preschoolers, okay? So, which is under 2 to 5.9 years old. Okay. Then you can have 2 more school age. Okay, which is like 6, or another one must enroll to the kindergarten. I'm sorry. Okay. There's another one. It's called large family child care home, which is 14. Similar to small. Okay. So the 24 months baby, you can have only up to 4. Okay. For large family child care home, we require you guys have a helper, okay? The helper must have the same qualification as you guys, okay? Then, Okay, 4 babies, then you can have, okay, 8 preschoolers, okay, then add up is 12, okay. Another 2, same as before, okay, 1 preschooling, 1 is 6 years old, another one must enter kindergarten, okay. So am I clear? Okay, great. So please remember that, okay. So whenever my coworkers go out, they are pretty straight on that, okay. So, you know, we don't want to argue with you guys, okay? We don't want to send you guys because we want you guys to be good. That's why we want to make that here. Okay? All right. Thank you.
So next we're going to talk about family child care homes, the forms that you need. And Elvira's going to do that for us.
Facility forms required to be maintained in the facility. So one of the responsibilities as a licensee of a family daycare is to maintain records required by the community care license. So in our PowerPoint we have Form 311D. These forms help you to review the forms that are required to be maintained in your facility. So these forms are very important because it's to keep medical and other critical information of the children in your care, as well as employees and volunteers providing care and supervision. This form must have current information at all times. Why is it important to have current information in these forms? It's important because in case of an emergency, you're able to provide accurate information for the children in care to the same paramedics or any person that requires that information. Also important because you must be, you have current information of the persons that are able to pick up the child in your care. So also having current information of the employees and volunteers in your facility is important because you are sure that these people are qualified to deliver the care that is necessary for the children. And also that they meet the requirements that are required by the community care license. So when we go into an inspection to your family daycare, we ask to see all these forms, and if you don't have the current information on the forms, you might be cited. And eventually, if we go back again and you have the same missing information on the files, then we're talking about money. So it's very important that you guys have current information at all times and are available for us to review when we go into your inspections. So this form help you to actually review and know what's the required form in case you guys are not sure or you forgot what are the required information. And you can find this form in our website. So it's LIC 311D. Okay, thank you.
Next, we're going to talk about requirements to report unusual incidents, and Rhea's going to help us with that. And this is a really important one. We want to have a little bit of a conversation about this one. It's one of your best ways of communicating with us.
Okay, I'm going to talk about unusual incident reports. This is the form that you're going to use for family child care. It's LIC 624B. There's a different one for child care centers. So this is the one that you want for family child care homes. It's pretty self-explanatory how to fill it out. If you're not sure how to fill it out, on the back page there are instructions how to fill it out. You have 7 days to send that to us in writing. If it's a more serious nature of an injury, such as death of a child, injury that required medical treatment, and there's a list on there, you should call and report that to us within 24 hours, in addition to submitting the form within 7 days. I normally tell people anytime you call a third party, 911, fire department, electrician, plumber, you should probably report that to us. I think that's it.
So if the incident reports is really important, folks, because it's one of the best ways you can use to communicate to us and let us know what's going on in your facility so that we hear it from you. We don't hear it from somebody else. And when we hear it from you, then we're a step ahead of the game. We know the backstory. We know what's going on before we even get out there. If, for example, and Cindy's going to do some translating on this one for us too, because it's really important. If, for example, you have a parent that is standing on your front porch screaming and yelling, and I'm going to call licensing, blah, 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 that might be something that you want to share with us because it may be an argument over money. But anybody can pick up the phone, and we're going to talk about filing complaints. Anybody can text us or email us or fax us or call us, and they can say anything they want on the phone. Make something up. But if you've already called us and told us about what happened, and you had to call the police to have this person escorted off your property, if we already know that in advance before we get out there, that's immensely helpful to us. Because when we talk to this person who has called us, we can drill them a little bit and try to figure out because we know what's really going on. And so incident reports are very, very important. And Andrea is absolutely right. Think of it this way. Anytime you require professional assistance, okay? Could be the fire department, the police department. It could be PG&E because you have a gas leak. It could be somebody gets hurt to the extent that they had to go to the doctor. Broken bones, stitches, all concussions, seizures, an allergic reaction, something like that. Give us a call, fill out that form, and send it to us. Because, like I said, it's extremely helpful, and it's a great way to communicate with us. We can't necessarily stop a complaint from happening, but it's extremely helpful if we know before we even get out there what actually happened. Okay? So Cindy's going to do a little bit of translating for us on this one. It's really important.
So just to add on to what Sharon said, right now, since we have bilingual translators, language is no longer an excuse to not report those unusual incidents. We have Spanish, we have Mandarin, etc. So make sure you report these. Para los que hablan español, esta es una forma que tiene que llenar si hay un incidente en su hogar cuando está cuidando a los niños. Cuando se trata de una agencia tercera, doctor, dentista, policía, bomberos, hasta PG&E, que vayan a venir a su casa, llámanos. Entre 24 horas, el requisito es que entre 24 horas nos tiene que llamar. Entre 7 días necesitamos ese reporte escrito por usted mismo, sea en inglés, sea en español, cualquiera que sea, pero lo tiene que someter. Es mejor avisarnos con tiempo y avisarnos que algo pasó en su hogar en vez que nos llegue una queja. Siempre una queja, cualquier persona que nos llame sometiendo una queja puede ser anónimamente. pero a la misma vez por lo menos ya sabemos que hay alguien que no está contento de su cuidado. So, siempre repórtanos, ya sea llamada entre 24 horas y por escrito entre 7 días.
Okay, I'm going to translate in Cantonese. 呢個係不尋常意外個報告。如果你嘅喺屋企有小朋友發生意外，好多意外係細微嘅咧，就好似撞親瘀咗少少啊，嗰啲就唔需要同我哋報告。但係嗰啲意外咧，就係、如果係要揾到第三專業人士去例如間屋着咗火啊，或者有漏電啊、漏煤氣啊，小朋友走失咗啊，或者小朋友有意外死亡啊，嗰啲係嚴重性嘅，咁你就要填呢張紙報告俾我哋。我哋有中文版本嘅，如果你哋係唔識寫英文，你可以用中文版本嗰個寫，咁我哋辦公室有人會幫你會睇。同埋有啲好似手足口啊嗰啲傳染病，全部嗰啲都要報告俾我哋聽。如果係嚴重嘅咧，就要24小時之內打電話去俾牌照局。如果唔係咁嚴重嗰啲咧，就可以即係7日之內填嗰張表寄過嚟俾我哋。同埋即係好似咳到少少傷口啊、瘀咗啊嗰啲少少問題咧，就唔需要報告俾我哋聽。不過你哋自己要寫低，為咗防止啲家長同你有咩爭拗嘅時候就唔係咁好咯。你自己要寫低日子，因為咩事發生意外咁，即係啲小意思。但係大件事嘅咧，就一定要打電話牌照局同埋寫個報告寄俾我哋。
Thank you, guys. So next we're going to talk about the new mandated reporter training that everyone is required to take. And Jennifer is going to walk us through that.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the child abuse mandated reporter training. This is a new requirement that just started January of 2018. All the provider, including your staff, have to take it, and make sure you click the right one. So when you follow that link, the mandated reporter training link, when you click that, you're going to see it's for childcare providers, and make sure it's for AB 1207. There are quite a few, but make sure you click the right one. The training is about 3 hours long, but after the training, you have to take the quiz. The quiz is about 20 questions long. So once you take the quiz, you will get a certificate. So you need to keep it in the file. So when we come out and inspect you, we are going to ask for that certificate to see. So make sure you renew that class once every 2 years. Yeah.
OK， 呢個係一個 I'm gonna speak Chinese。呢個係一個新嘅要做培訓嘅，需要求由1月1號開始，今年1月1號開始嘅。咁你哋去但係中國咧，中國人而家我哋有個中國人可以有豁免。暫時因為我哋未有中文版本，你哋唔需要讀住。但係一出咗嚟咧，就中文一出咗嚟，你哋就需要讀。而家暫時，如果牌照局啲工作人員問你，你話我唔識英文，我要等中文版本出嚟我先讀。如果你識讀咧，你就要讀呢個，就 make sure 係 AB 1207嗰個先係啱㗎。如果唔係讀錯咗咧，又要讀過。
some of the more important ones we're going to be doing the translations because it's really important. We want everyone in the room to get the information. So be patient with us when there's a language that you're not understanding. Just be patient because there are we had about upwards of 50 people tonight request Chinese language. We had over 30 requests Spanish. So that's why we're taking our time. We want to make sure everybody understands.
Esta es, si ya no saben todavía, esta es una nueva ley que nos entró al principio del año. Es la AB 1207, es mandato de reportar abuso. Es un entrenamiento que está bajo nuestra página web. Y ahorita para que sepan, el entrenamiento solamente está en inglés, no está en español. Y el requisito es que todas las proveedoras, todas las ayudantes, todas las personas que tienen contacto con los niños tienen que tomar este entrenamiento. Como le repito, ahorita no está disponible en español, solamente en inglés. Si ustedes saben cómo leer y están cómodas en tomarlo en inglés, mucho mejor. Al final hay un examen de como 20 preguntas que tiene que tomar y pasar, y un certificado está al final. Ese se vence cada 2 años. Lo que siempre les sugiero a todas las proveedoras es que si no leen, no pueden entender el inglés, esperen por el de español. Y solo le tiene que dejar saber a su analista que va a esperar el entrenamiento en español, para que sepamos, solo está esperando y no le vamos a dar una deficiencia. Pero si nos dice, sí, hablamos bien el inglés y no lo han tomado, ahí sí que le vamos a dar una deficiencia. Pero también sus ayudantes tienen que tomar este entrenamiento. Es una nueva ley y si no lo toman, puede haber multa también.
So next we're going to move on to Centralized Complaint and Information Bureau. Lorenzo's going to help us with that. It's also known as CCIB. This is how people file complaints with our agencies, and then we show up at your doorstep.
Okay, that's pretty much everything that I was going to say. So the Centralized Complaint Information Bureau, they have an 800 number. It's 1-844 let us know, or 1-844-538-8766. This is available to everyone that comes into your facility, or maybe a neighbor. This is available to them. If they suspect that there is a violation within the family child care home, they can call this number to let us know about the possible violation. Once that complaint is processed at the hotline center, they let your regional office know, which would be us, and an analyst is assigned to whichever facility that is. That analyst has 10 days from receiving that complaint to perform an inspection. This will be unannounced, and we show up there to either open up the investigation, or if it's something simpler, then we can close the investigation. But from there, after the investigation is complete, we will be informed, and the complainant will also be informed as well. But please don't get this confused with calling in to report an unusual incident. This has happened before. You don't want to call this number and file a complaint on yourself. You want to call your regional office to let us know of that unusual incident.
A couple of really important things that you want to remember about complaints, and that I always like to do my little spiel about complaints, because I'm not going to do it, but if I ask everyone in the room, anybody who has a complaint, raise your hand. You don't have to. But I can reassure you that probably 70 or 80% of the people in this room who have been licensed for more than 4 or 5 years will have raised their hand. Complaints simply happen. and eventually everybody gets a complaint. So don't panic when an analyst comes to your door and they say to you, I'm here for a complaint. Please don't panic. Because as I said, anybody can say anything they want on the phone. And what happens is it requires us to investigate whether it's true or not. And your best strategy is to be as proactive as you possibly can. Communicate with those parents daily, twice daily, and keep your records and your bookkeeping in order. Communicate, so that there are no misunderstandings between you and those parents. A lot of complaints are misunderstandings. And communicate to us using the incident report, what's going on in your facility. Always remember that a complaint is an allegation. It's not an accusation. It's an allegation. Somebody is saying something. So it's our job to come out and figure out whether it's true or not. But also remember that anytime we investigate something, we are not investigating whether something happened or not. We are investigating a possible violation of the regulations. Okay? There's a big difference. For example, if a child falls off the top of the slide and breaks their arm, we get a complaint, child fell and broke their arm. We are not investigating the fact that a child broke their arm. Everybody knows the child broke their arm. We're not investigating that. We're investigating a possible violation of the regulations that may have caused that injury. Does that make sense? So when we go out, we'll be looking at the slide. Is the slide broken? Was there supervision? Is there a cushioning surface? Where was the licensee? Were there 10 children on the top of this slide at one time? And that's what we're investigating, not the fact that it happened, but how did it happen and why. Okay, so there's a difference there. So don't panic when we go out there. But of course, you would have reported that to us, right? We would know already before we went out that somebody had fallen and broken their arm. So we would already have some information from you before we even went out. Okay? So when we go out and do a complaint, we have three choices. We can substantiate this allegation, and that means that we were able to prove, based on a preponderance of evidence, that a violation more than likely occurred than didn't occur. Okay? Criminal investigations are done based on beyond a reasonable doubt. It's very, very high, right? Our level of evidence is called a preponderance of evidence. It's much lower. So that it more than likely occurred than didn't occur, we can substantiate. And when we substantiate, a citation goes along with it. And the citation is intended to figure out a way from preventing this from ever happening again. Okay? It's not there to punish you. It's not there to get you. It's there to figure out how did this violation occur and how can we prevent it from ever happening again. We had an incident day before yesterday in Oakland where a child was on a swing and the legs of the swing were not anchored. And the child swung backwards. The structure tipped over, and he landed right on the metal pole in the back of his head. He was taken by ambulance to the hospital. So we're not going to investigate whether this child was hurt or not. We're going to investigate the problem with the structure. And what would the plan of correction be? You need to bolt that. You need to anchor that so it never happens again. Okay, does that make sense? Substantiated. The opposite of substantiated is unfounded. That means that there is no way possible ever in the universe that a violation occurred. And that's unfounded. It's a confidential document. It stays in a confidential part of your folder. Nobody gets to see that document, even you, except for the one we handed you that day when we were there. Unfounded example might be if we got an allegation that a teacher or a staff member hit a child. We go out there, and the violation would be personal rights. Shouldn't be hitting children. But we go out there to find that this teacher was in Hawaii on vacation. There's no way this person could have hit that child. And you called in an incident the day before where this parent wanted a 2-week refund and you didn't want to give it to her. So she made something up. So that's unfounded. It's confidential. The third option is called unsubstantiated. And that's the one that annoys everybody. Because unsubstantiated simply means that we couldn't prove it one way or the other. We just don't know. It is a public document, and it's in the public part of your file. A lot of time it's a he said, she said. We just can't prove it with evidence one way or the other. We cannot say that the person who called us is lying any more than we can say that the licensee or the people that were there at the time are lying. And what we try to prove is one way or the other. Sometimes it ends up in the middle, and we just don't know. Okay? So, complaints. Your favorite subject, right? Okay, now we're going to move on to safe sleep guidelines, and Garfield's going to talk about that for us. We are going to do a little bit of translating on that one too, because that's new and it's really, really important.
Okay, practice safe sleep. Why are we have to talk about safe sleep? The main reason is related to SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. SIDS. What SIDS is doing when a baby is sleeping, it just stops breathing. For no reason, it just stops breathing. Most of these cases, of course, they die. And in California, for the last 4 years, there have been 36 sleep-related deaths in licensed care facilities. And 1 out of 5 incidents is happened out of the parents' care. So that means 20% of those, when the children are sleeping, when they have SIDS, that means 20% could happen in a child care facility. So let me give you some more number. Also, when we say about SIDS, it's about babies, infants. Usually they're under 1 year old. And the most common age range for that is, for SIDS, is 1 month to 4 months old babies. And those are the ones that with the highest risk that have SIDS. Especially for little baby when they first go to a new daycare to change their environment. If they used to be sleep with the face up, tummy up, especially if you put the baby down with the tummy down, like the back up, in that case, the tummy on the bed, that increased the risk of SIDS 18 times. So one of the main things to prevent SIDS is when you put a baby down, make sure the baby is face up, tummy up. That's the main thing when you put down a baby. We know when they're 6-7 months old, they might start to do turnover, they start to move, but that's okay. If they turn by themselves, that's okay to keep them in that position. But if you put them down, make sure they're face up, tummy up. So to reduce the risk of SIDS, what we can do is practice safe sleep, and I'm going to tell you some of the guidelines is recommended by American Academy of Pediatricians. So when you put them down, main thing, back to sleep, that means the back is on the bed, face up, tummy up. And then you can use pacifier. Pacifier is okay when they're sleeping. It's okay to use that, but make sure the pacifier should have nothing attached to the pacifier. No cord, no toys attached to that, just the pacifier itself. The bed should be firm. Make sure, well, for baby, if they sleep, they should be on a crib, and then the crib should be with a firm mattress. Make sure don't double up the mattress. I have seen people put 2 mattresses because it makes the crib higher. Don't do that. Whatever you you bought that crib, how they come in is how you use that. Make sure just use the firm original manufacturer mattress, and also on the mattress, all we want to see is just a bed sheet, and that's it. Yeah, on the crib, we don't want to, you're not allowed to have those pumper guard around the crib. Don't put any toys, don't use pillow for baby. I'm talking about 1 and under baby. Make sure, pretty much nothing else on the crib. It's just the baby, and we do prefer baby wear the sleep sack. Use the sleep sacks, or those blanket sacks, those things, and those are the ones we recommend. Make sure no toys, nothing else. Of course, no bottles. And some people might, when they put down a baby to sleep, you want to put a proper bottles on them. Don't do that. Just the baby, the bed sheet. That's it. Don't share bed. So when you put one crib, one child, and that's it. Also keep the room temperature not too hot. Baby don't want it hot, and they can adjust even a cooler temperature, even like now. It's okay too. The baby usually is okay with this kind of temperature. They like it cooler, and just a sleep set should be perfect. And then inside your house, the home, of course, no one should be smoking inside the home. Because second-hand smoke can increase the risk of sick too. So make sure no smoking inside the house. And not just you know what to do with the baby or how to put them down. Make sure you train all your staff, if you have helper, make sure you train all the helper. Do the same thing. And you should train the new parents. And for some new parents, if they not sure what to do, make sure you tell the parents that's the right way to put down a child. When a little baby sleep, make sure they face up, coming up. Sometimes you will hear that some parents may demand to put the child in a different position. They said maybe my child like to sleep on the side, my child like to sleep on their tummy. In that case, what you need to ask is you need a doctor notes. Unless the child has some kind of medical condition, it is recommended by the doctor. They need to have a doctor notes to give you, then you can use that position. Otherwise, make sure all babies sleep facing up. And then make sure the doctor notes is in the child files. Another thing is no swaddling. Don't wrap up a little baby. We do have cases, sometimes they wrap up baby, they tie them up. They don't want the baby to get up or escape from the crib. Don't do that. We don't allow any restraint. So, even swaddling a baby is a kind of restraining. So we don't allow that. And those are the guidelines recommended by the American Academics of Pediatrics. And then also, right now, actually, our office, Sacramento licensing office, actually, we are adding the safe sleep into our regulation. It will be part of our, it will be a law. How to put baby to sleep will be a law. And then it will be, very soon, from what I know, it could happen next year. It will be actually in our regulation. We have a section for safe sleep. And then we also will add some more criteria on the safe sleep too. It's like how you place your crib, where you put your crib. Of course, when you put your crib, you cannot block any emergency exit. Should not be on the doorway where you place your crib. And then if you put your cribs in the baby sleep in a room, make sure you leave the bedroom door open. If you put the baby in a room, make sure it's open, and then you can hear them. Baby monitor is okay, but it will be just additional equipment. You still need to go in and check on the baby. Act physically, walk into the room, look at the baby, make sure the baby, of course, is responding, is breathing. The color of the skin looks bright. Those are the main things. That will be in our law that we will require people to check in baby something like every 15 minutes. You do have to walk in and check the baby every 15 minutes. Oh, and on the crib, sometimes people like to hang up some toys above the crib. Don't do that. We don't want to see anything drop into the crib. We don't want anything besides the baby or the bedsheet and those things. So that. And for the bedding, make sure you clean them daily, or when it's dirty, of course, you need to change the sheet. But otherwise, you still need to change your bedding daily. And, okay.
So just like Garfield said, these new regulations, the safe sleep concepts will be taking effect early next year. You have to check our website for those updates. Para que sepan, lo que explicó Garfield es que los conceptos de sueño seguro son unas nuevas leyes que van a salir al principio del año. Tienen que chequear nuestra página web para que vean las nuevas regulaciones. Nosotros vamos a estar, al principio del año de seguro le vamos a decir qué es lo que se necesita, etcétera. Pero para que sepan, esta es una nueva ley que va a entrar y puede hacer que nosotros, si vemos algo que no está haciendo acerca de sueño seguro, puede hacer que le demos una deficiencia. So, chequeen nuestra página web y también nosotros también le podemos enviar más información cuando esa nueva ley tome efecto. Pero es mejor que usted chequee nuestra página web si puede. Toda la información va a ser en inglés, pero también si es una nueva ley lo tenemos que implementar.
呢個係關於細路仔嬰兒瞓覺嘅安全嘅問題。由明年1月開始，即係年頭啦，唔知係咪1月開始，總之係2019嘅年頭開始，咁呢個係新例啦。以前我哋就唔會檢查你嗰啲BB 床啊嗰啲嘢，咁因為咧BB 0到1歲嘅 BB 咧有好多BB 死亡嘅事件其中好多都係0到4歲，尤其是0到4個月個 BB 死亡突發性死亡嘅我哋每年牌照局都有啲事情有啲咁嘅發生，咁所以而家係呢個係新例。咁所有我唔會講晒咁多啦，因為頭先嘉培講咗好多。咁你哋睇我哋個牌照嗰個網頁會好詳細，叫你哋有啲咩應該做，有啲咩唔應該做嘅。我會講啲簡單嘅嘢，例如 BB 床咧，你去買嗰啲 BB 床就係佢跟嚟係點樣就係點樣，你唔可以自己又加多個床褥啊，又加多一塊腍嘅嘢喺度啊，同埋個 BB 床側邊圍住嗰塊布啊，唔可以有呢啲嘢。我哋淨係想見到 BB 床一個床褥，然之後一張床單係咁多嘢，唔可以冚被，唔可以有枕頭。唔可以有啲玩具吊住喺上邊，又唔可以有玩具喺個床裏邊。如果我哋見到會抄牌 ，OK。然之後咧 ，BB 可以食住奶嘴瞓，係可以食住個奶嘴瞓，但係奶嘴唔可以有條繩黐住，亦都唔可以黐住任何個玩具。唔可以攬住口水邊瞓覺。又唔可以飲住支奶瞓覺，例如呢啲都係基本㗎啦。咁第日詳細嘅到明年1月，你哋會要睇我哋嘅網站，有啲咩可以做，唔可以做。咁明年1月開始就開始抄牌㗎啦。OK。
Thank you guys. So we're going to move on to most commonly cited deficiencies, and these are only for family child care homes. What sections of the regulations are most frequently cited for family child care homes?
Thank you. So I'm just going to go over a little bit about the most common deficiencies, okay? First of all, out of all these, 4 of them happens to be immunizations for either staff or for children. So you guys need to make sure that you guys do your immunizations. So number 1, 16% of the citations went to immunizations for staff immunizations, okay? So make sure your TBs, your measles, your pertussis, your flu shots, they're done, okay? Second, CPR. You guys need to make sure that your CPRs are done and current, okay? Rosters, okay? We need to see the rosters. We will be looking for rosters every time you inspect. Toxins, okay? We don't want to see any soaps, detergents, drain cleaners, knives, anything like that laying around, okay? That was 5% of the citations. So that's top 4. Again, number 5, we go with immunizations again. 6, we go with immunizations. So take a look at the immunizations. Drills. People who know me enough, I've given everybody a sheet to record their drills. You guys need to do your drills. Okay? It's something very simple. Once every 6 months. Okay? Screens. You need to screen anything that's dangerous, such as heaters, things that can burn their fingers and things like that. We will cite for that. Carbon monoxide detectors. It's federal law. You can't sell your house, you can't buy your house, and we will cite you if you don't have one. Physical plant, okay? If we see defects, if there's something that will trip children, that hurt children, cause something for their health and safety to be jeopardized, we will cite. Fingerprinting. Everybody, please get your fingerprinting done, okay? It's very expensive. Personal rights. Treat your children well, okay? 2% of our citations go to you guys mistreating your children. Don't mistreat your children. Staffing ratio and capacities. If we give you 8, it may not be 8. It may only be 4 or 6. Okay, if we give you 14, it may not be 14. It may be 12. Okay? Make sure you guys know what you're doing. If you do not know, call us. Again, the last and the third is immunizations again. Okay? Please get your immunizations done. And then ID and emergency, very important form. It tells you who to contact when there's an emergency. Okay? So, again, for all the Chinese audience out there, if you want to go, 一間你哋係想知道我啱啱頭先講乜嘢，你哋可以留低我再同你哋講講。
Okay, then we're going to do everybody's another favorite subject, are civil penalty assessments. So there are a number of new civil penalty assessments that you need to be aware of and know about so that you can prevent it from happening to you.
So we all know about fingerprinting. Fingerprint your people. Make sure you have all your 18-year-old sons and daughters fingerprinted. Even if they don't live at home, they will eventually come home. Like Tony said, fingerprints are expensive. Not only do we issue the citation, but you still have to get that individual's fingerprint. So it comes out a little bit more expensive. So get them fingerprinted. That hasn't changed. The second that hasn't changed is make sure you post your notice of site visits. If we have to come back in less than 30 days and you don't have that posted, or your type A violations, whatever we tell you to post, and you don't have it posted, it is an immediate $100 civil penalty. In the past, we didn't. What is new is that if we do have to have a repeat violation of any of these citations within a 12-month period, now we're talking more money. There is a, so let's say, for example, we do cite you for carbon monoxide. We come back and you don't have it. We're going to be citing you for a repeat violation. That's $250. That's a very expensive carbon monoxide detector. So make sure you get one. So repeat violations are now, there is a civil penalty assessed. We are talking about a lot of money, which you want to save up. So make sure you do the corrections and you keep them corrected. Also, what is new is we are now citing for absence of supervision. If we get a complaint or we get information saying that you left a child unattended or a child wandered away, we are now talking about up to $500 immediate civil penalty. That is new. So make sure you keep an eye on those children. Accessible bodies of water. Refused entry of authorized licensing staff. If you don't let us in because you don't like the way we look, that's too bad. We are going to be citing you money for that. So whether we look pretty or not, you got to let us in. It's for the health and safety of those children. Presence of an excluded person. If you receive notices saying that this individual cannot be in your home, please don't have that person in your home. Because we will come out, and guess what? He or she will be having dinner with you, or breakfast, or whatever, and we will be knocking on your door. So make sure that individual is not there. So if we told you they cannot be there, please do not have them there. If you have accessible firearms or ammunition, or both, if you have that accessible to the children, it is an immediate civil penalty. So we are now assessing money when in the past that wasn't the case. But if we issue you a repeat violation on any of those, we are talking more money. Lo que es nuevo este año es que ya le estamos dando una multa si no corrige algunas deficiencias que le hemos dado. Por ejemplo, si nosotros le damos una deficiencia y por cualquier razón tenemos que salir entre los próximos 12 meses y le tenemos que dar la misma deficiencia, ya estamos hablando de dinero. So, si nosotros le damos una deficiencia y le decimos, esto lo tiene que corregir entre un tiempo, y no lo hace, ya estamos hablando de dinero, y dinero que ustedes no nos quieren dar. So, las multas de las huellas, siempre tomen las huellas de su ayudante, de su familia, de niños que han, sus propios hijos que han ya cumplido los 18 años. Tomen las huellas. Esta es una nueva ley porque en muchos casos le estamos repitiendo la deficiencia a una proveedora. Ya estamos hablando de más multas, más dinero. So tengan mucho cuidado, especialmente si ya le hemos visitado entre 12 meses, le vamos a dar una deficiencia y ya incluye una penalidad de dinero.
我哋而家講呢個題目係關於罰款嘅，例如頭先好似Tony 先生講咧，係打手指部係最貴嘅。如果係一個人100蚊一日，第一次犯咧就係最多罰5日嘅啫，500蚊，仲未係好貴係咪？第12月之內咧。第二次發生喺12月內嘅係100蚊一個人一日，去到30日，3000蚊一個，可以好貴嘅 ，OK？ 咁另外有一樣咧，就牌照局去你屋企抄咗牌，叫你貼嗰張紙出嚟，你唔貼就100蚊。呢啲咧就係之前都會有噶啦，而家新下邊嗰啲咧就係新嘅。下邊嗰啲咧就係500蚊每一次，罰款500蚊，同埋跟住咧之後唔改進嘅咧就係100蚊1日，直至到你改好為止。第一樣係你唔睇住啲小朋友，即係好似你去 park 玩啊，4個去3個翻嚟唔見咗一個啊，屋企有啲泳池啊，嗰啲好似jacuzzi嗰啲有水嘅地方咧冇冚蓋啊，小朋友隨便可以去得到㗎。或者你哋天熱俾啲小朋友攞個啲好似鋪咁玩完水咧，就倒咗啲水擺喺度，有啲小朋友喺度好容易浸親。咁我哋入到嚟咧就可以500蚊㗎啦 ，OK， 好貴㗎。咁牌照局啲工作人員嚟到你屋企，你唔開門俾我哋入咧，以前冇得罰嘅，而家幾好有得罰錢啊，500蚊一次。另外，如果牌照局話，因為你哋屋企有一個人係有犯罪行為，而我哋牌照局話呢個人唔準喺你屋企，而你俾我哋見到佢喺你屋企嘅，咁又係即刻罰500蚊。因為我哋會通知你係呢個，如果有呢個人存在嘅咧，嗰個人一定係經過我哋上 court 啊，去即係證明咗呢個人係犯罪，佢個犯罪行為係唔可以留喺呢個家嘅。咁我哋之前一定去做咗好多嘢，已經話咗俾你聽呢個人唔準喺度噶啦。而你哋唔聽我哋講，留嗰個人繼續喺度咧，就變咗係會大件事啦。係如果有犯規而引起嘅受傷同埋小朋友病，亦都係500蚊。另外咧，如果你哋屋企有槍、有武器、子彈，或者係即係喺屋企咧就小朋友接觸得到嘅，冇係可以有，但係你哋嗰啲槍同埋子彈一定要分開放，同埋分開個盒要鎖好，小朋友係攞唔到嘅地方。但係如果我哋發現嗰啲槍同埋子彈係小朋友隨便攞得到嘅地方咧，又係即刻罰款㗎啦。呢啲就係後邊嗰啲全部係新㗎啦。有咩唔明一陣間再問我下。
Thank you guys. So we're on the home stretch now. We got through all of the tough stuff. We wanted to talk just a little bit about some of the resources out there for you beyond tonight and how to access those resources. We do have folks called child care advocates, and these are people who work for the Department of Social Services, work for community care licensing, but they are not enforcement. They do not issue citations, but they do lots of consulting. They do lots of mediating. They do lots of outreach. Ours for our office is Natalie Dunaway. Some of you may have met her. She really wanted to be here tonight with us, but she's stretched very thin. She has all of Northern California, so she is constantly on the road. And these are amazing resources for you. It's on the website, and it shows you all the different things that they have out there for you. They can do trainings for you. They can do all kinds of really great things for you. Those are our child care advocates. They do not issue citations. They are more of a consultant for you. And Gagan is going to bring us home. He's going to show us a little bit about the website. Are we live, do you think? We are. Awesome. He's going to show you, he's going to walk you through the website and some of the pages a little bit so that you are more familiar with it and you can find things. And then we're going to have about 20 minutes, probably 25 minutes for questions. So if you have a question and if you've written it down, anybody on a 3x5 card, we'll try to get through as many questions as we can tonight. When you think about formulating your question, please ask a question that is going to benefit the whole entire group. And if you have a specific question about your own facility, feel free to approach any of us after we're finished, and we can talk to you individually about questions for your own facility. But if you have a question for the group that you think the whole group will benefit, those are the questions that we want to try to address tonight. So, Gagan.
So as Sharon mentioned, that there are a lot of resources available on our website. Our website has improved a lot in the last couple of years. And as she mentioned, the resources, this is our actual live website. So on this website, if you go under communicator licensing, there is the link for the child care licensing right there. And then all the resources are going to be up there. As she mentioned, the advocate program, the advocate link right there, their phone number, their email address. You guys can pay your licensing fee online. And there's, at the bottom, there are resources for providers. A lot of mandated reporter training, a lot of new updated laws. They are called provider information notice. We call them PIN in short forms. So they are all up in here. So the trainings, the resources, and on the right side, there are quick links. Those are very helpful. I will highly encourage you guys to go once in a while. Go through those links, and they are very helpful information. You can check the background. If you hire anybody, if they did their background clearance or not, if they got it cleared or not, everything is up there. All the forms you can download from our website. Some forms you can fill online and print it out, which will be easier to read it later on. Another tip about the forms is easy way to remember. All the licensing forms start with LIC. So LIC 700, LIC 508, etc. all start with LIC. So all the forms are you can download online. And like I said, you can print some and then fill online and print in the printer. But yeah, stay updated, stay connected. All the pins, as Garfield mentioned earlier, Safe Sleep might be coming up pretty soon. So keep eye on that. It's going to be a new pin, and then it will get added to the regulations.
So do take some time, surf around the website a little bit. There's a tremendous amount of information on there for you, and lots of great links. It'll even take you to links and other agencies and other websites that could help you in terms of running your business and all kinds of things. It's just really, really, it's improved immensely. So that is our agenda. And we're open now to ask any questions that you feel like might help the group, or if we cover something that go ahead. Okay, the question is, does a secondary licensee have to be... Okay, so the question is, if you have a secondary licensee on your license, anybody whose name is on the license is considered a licensee and has to be fully qualified to be on that license. It's just a coincidence that they are both on the license at the same time. A helper is somebody that you hire to help you, so their qualifications are slightly different than the licensee themselves. The person on the license, I'm going to stand up for this one, because in San Francisco this is a challenge. The person on the license is the person who lives in the home and is providing the care and supervision to the children in care. Not anybody else. The licensee. The licensee is the owner and operator of this business. They can hire people to work for them, but they are required to be there, physically present, providing care and supervision to those children, and they are required to live there. Now, you want to do that because the bottom line is when your name is on that license, you are taking on all of the liability and all of the responsibility of anything that happens under the umbrella of that license. If our agency has to take administrative action, it's going to be taken against you, the licensee. If other agencies such as CPS or police department get involved, they will be coming to talk to you. So you want to know what's going on in your business. And you want to be the person in charge actually providing that care. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be your license that any action is taken. If we take an action against a license and we revoke a license, it does go on a database with the Department of Justice. And it's very, very hard to get another license once your license has been revoked. Because when you apply again, you will be flagged in that database. So to answer your question, anybody whose name is on the license must be the person living there and providing the care and supervision. If you have more than one person's name on that license, either one of those individuals can be there providing the care and supervision. You don't both have to be there all the time. But you both have to understand you are both held equally as liable. If somebody's going to get sued, it's going to be the licensee from a parent or whoever. Okay? Both licensees, yeah. Yes. Yes, she's so happy to see us more often. There has been additional funding out there for our agency we were able to get. We will be increasing our visits. As of January 1st, 2019, we will be increasing how often we come out. At this point, we don't know exactly how often, but we do know that it will be more than we are coming out now. And they still will remain unannounced.
Okay. The question is it going to be the same analyst that comes out when we get the increased inspections? Yes and no. It could be different analysts depending on what is required that day, or maybe in the area where you live, the analyst no longer is with us, or they've changed. Or also, we do change the caseload. Since I don't know, someone in Western Edition remember Tony. Now it's Andrea. So we do change analysts in the areas, all three counties. So we do rotate. So it could be different. No, we do not notify you when you have a new analyst. What's going to happen is they'll just ring the bell. Hi, my name is so-and-so. I'm your new analyst, and I'm here for inspection. Okay, that is the reason why. Remember in the beginning, we showed you the badge, the ID. If for any reason that you think they are not who they say they are, you ask for the ID, and it looks like this, okay? And if you say, hold on, I need to verify with your office if you are truly, you say you are here for inspection. Because what happens is the analysts that we have in our, or any region, their calendar, they have an Outlook calendar, they put down what facilities they will be visiting that day. Okay, so when you call, you ask for their supervisor, and all we have to do is look on our calendar and say, yes, Tony is scheduled to be there today. It's okay. That's how you verify to make sure these are legitimate analysts that are knocking on your door. And that's a good question because there's a lot of scams out there. And you're right, safety comes first. Okay, so you always double check with us when you suspect they're not who they say they are. Ask for an ID. Oh, somebody's always answering that phone. We have a front staff that are always answering that phone. We don't have voicemail in the front. And all you have to do, if they transfer you and our manager's voicemail comes on, they walk to the back to our office and say, so somebody wants to speak to one of you guys now. And we will answer those calls. It does happen sometimes we're in a meeting, we're not there, but our front office always has a body answering that call.
Okay, the question is, let me see if anyone else in the room, yeah. I totally understand your concern because we have run into that in San Francisco and throughout the state. People come in as imposters and say that they're licensing and they're not. It has happened, and I totally understand that. We have to do all of our visits unannounced because we don't want you to get ready. And we want to see what is happening on a day-to-day basis when we're not there. So that's why they're unannounced. The only one that's announced is the initial pre-licensing visit when we really want to see you at your best and we have to look at everything and you're just getting your license. Once you're licensed, everything is unannounced. We want to see what it looks like day to day when you're not expecting us. But she has a good point, and like Alma was saying, if you're not sure that this person is who that they say they are, ask for their ID. There's a picture of them right there on the ID. And if you're still if you're still uncomfortable with it, then call. Because we're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. We do not make visits in the evenings. We do not make visits on the weekends unless there's an extremely unusual situation where we would have to because you're operating at that time. We do not visit when you're not operating. Okay? So if there's any question you're not comfortable with it, you just call the office. And as she said, if you get somebody in the front office and they transfer them back and now you got voicemail and now you have this person standing on your front porch and now they're getting agitated because you haven't let them in, you can call the front office and just say, I need to talk to a manager now. And they will find us. There's always one of us there. And we also have somebody called desk duty. And a desk duty officer, they all take turns every day answering the phones. And they're called desk duty officers. And you can call that line too. You just keep calling. You'll get somebody. There's always somebody there. Okay, yes. Yes, sir.
I also want to add that please don't abuse this also, because the thing is that, how many of you guys know me? Okay. So, here's Tony in front of the door. I ring the doorbell, and I said, Tony, licensing. I don't know who you are. And then I hear all the horses galloping upstairs. Okay? They're all running downstairs. They're scattering like crabs. Okay? And it takes them 10 minutes to open the door. Okay? Most likely, I'm going to suspect something's wrong. Okay? Please, we want you to respect us, and we also want to respect you guys. So, if you've done something wrong, you might as well just say, you know what? I got caught. Okay? As opposed to playing the games. and then say, I'm not going to let you in because I don't know who you are. Oh, it's Tony.
He's got a very good point, because we have seen a number of situations where children are in closets, children are in the garage, children are running out the back door to the neighbor's house. So these guys, they've seen it all. When, as I said earlier tonight, their antennas start going up. And I've been to this house before. She does know me. I was here 2 months ago, and I cited her for overcapacity. Now I'm back to make sure that she's reduced, and I'm hearing the horses run around on the 7th floor. So they're going to start wondering what's going on. Okay.
Just a reminder to all of you guys, I know most of you have assistant. Please, you need to instruct your staff or your helpers when licensing comes. They have to let them in. Let them in, because it will be a citation for refused of entry. It is in the regulations. If we will not able to gain entry because you're not there and your staff is there, we will. And it's a civil penalty. So you don't want unnecessary type A deficiencies on your license. So please, it's very important, because instruct your helper, because they'll say, I can't let you in. So-and-so is not here today, which is, usually the licensee. So please keep that in mind. Okay? You had a question.
Yes, I'd like to know, when you move from one apartment to another, how long does it take you guys to come out for visit that second place?
Is it a change of location?
Yes.
It depends. We try, in our office, we try to expedite change of location, because we don't want to disrupt the service that you guys are providing. However, there are certain circumstances we cannot license you right away. Depends on how your application looks. Fire clearance sometimes comes into play. So it depends. I can't give you a definite number or dates or how long, but it's a case by case situation.
No, I mean, how long? So if somebody is moving, say, from apartment A to apartment B, once they make that call, how long does it take you to come to visit?
Again, that depends. I'm sorry, it's case by case.
What you want to do, your strategy is this. You don't want to operate without a license, but you can't send all these kids home. And you don't want to lose the business because they go and they find somebody else rather than come back to you. So your strategy is that as soon as you know where your new location is going to be, you go ahead and you submit that application before you move. And you start working on it before you move. Then a lot of times what providers will do is they'll close for a weekend, they'll close for a week, vacation, and they'll do that move during that vacation, and then reopen at the new site. If there's a situation where it's really, you need assistance, you need this done right away, then again, communicate with your analysts, communicate with your supervisors. I have this situation, I'm moving, I've got to get licensed in a new place or I'm going to lose all these kids. I have funding issues. They're not going to give me funding unless I get my new license. Make sure that you communicate what your needs are. And we do take change of locations as a higher priority, because we don't want you to have to move and then operate without a license until we can get out there. And we assume that because you were licensed before, that the new place is going to be fairly easy to license, because you kind of know what you're doing and you know how to get ready for us, and it should go pretty smoothly. The only thing that can hang it up, and this is important in San Francisco, is your fire clearance. Okay? If you are large, you have to have a fire clearance. And it's important that you get that, because we cannot license you without it. And don't move into a property that has been remodeled or renovated without a permit. Because if you move your large daycare, I have a license here, I'm good, I got a 14, I'm a large, Now I'm being evicted, I have to move, whatever's happening in San Francisco, this is a big deal. I'm looking for a new location. It's very, very hard to find a new location for a large in San Francisco and get that fire clearance. Do not sign that lease. Do not move until you're certain you're going to get a fire clearance at this new location. If they've done remodeling or they've done built in the downstairs or they've done something without permit, the fire department's going to come in there to do their inspection for your new family childcare, and they're going to say no. And if you don't own that property, you've got yourself in a real corner, especially if you signed that lease. Okay?
Just one more small
Yeah.
Pertaining to the blue immunization cards, does it always have to be on the card, or can we have the immunization records from the clinic or the hospital, or do we always have to put it on those cards?
Right. I'm going to give that to one of the experts here.
The regulations in health and safety says that you have to record on the PM 286. That's the blue form. Okay? And that's one way for you guys to verify that those immunizations are completed and done. So it's your responsibility to make sure that all the immunizations are done. And that's why we make you do the forms.
Okay, now, I'm down to my last form, and I've been trying to get in touch with the health department to get the blue forms. Can I copy that blue form just on white paper?
I don't know about anybody else. If I see it a white form, I'm probably not going to cite you, okay? Because the thing is that it says blue form, okay? Unless I just argue with my wife and now we're, But that's another story, right? So the thing is that if you just go to Google it and put PM286, okay, on Google, you'll get that form really quickly, really easy, and fill it out. Get those yellow cards and fill it out. That's all you need to do.
Oh, yellow, okay.
Well, the immunization cards that San Francisco gives you, some of them have them. Or you can have your Kaisers, whatever information the parents give you, you need to verify on the PM286.
Question down in front here. You're just using the blue form, right? Yeah. Yeah. They're just using the blue form. You're taking the information you got from the doctor, the little yellow card, whatever. You're transferring it onto the blue form. They're going to look at the blue form. They actually have a little window thing they place on it and check it. We don't ask to verify what's on the blue form. We're just going to be looking at that. You've transferred the information onto that form. We're going to assume that that's correct, and that's what we're going to operate from. But back there. Only the blue form, right? Right. No, I don't know. You guys are there.
But it's your responsibility to transfer the information from that doctor's note to the form. It's your responsibility. And you can make copy with blue color paper.
There was a couple other questions. Way in the back.
So, it is possible for a provider to be absent.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
It is possible for a provider to be absent from the care to attend the training, like a suppository. What are the regulations, or what is the steps that we need to take to make sure we comply to those licensing rules? If I need to leave my children in the care of my assistant and I get 10 volunteers,
Okay.
I got a chance to go to a good training very soon.
Right.
So I want to make sure that I can do it. But what will be the regulation? I don't see anything here that will tell us what are the right steps to take to prevent that.
Okay, good question. I'm a family child care provider. My name is on the license, so I am expected to live there and be providing the care and supervision to these children. It's my business. I want to do that anyway because I want to know what's going on in my business. But I have to pick up and drop off after school children. I have my own doctor's appointments, my own dental appointments. I need to leave my facility for short periods of time and leave my helpers in charge. You can't do that. The law says that you have to be the one providing care and supervision at least 80% of the time that you're operating. Okay? So what that, and it doesn't say what that 80% is. It doesn't say so many hours. It just says 80%. So that gives you the freedom to go to a training. She wants to go take a training. Absolutely. I have a doctor's appointment. I have a dental appointment. I want to take a few days off vacation. And I don't want to close and send all my kids home because the parents can't sync up their vacation with mine. You can do that. But again, 80% of the time, and remember that whoever is running that daycare for you when you are not there is got to be equally as qualified as you. When they walk in the door, that person needs to be able to answer all of their questions, provide them with any information they may need, all of the files and the paperwork and everything that they may need. This person is acting in your behalf, so they have to be able to do everything that you would normally do for that analyst. And they would be signing the report for you. Okay? That person is your substitute, so to speak. They do not have to be on the license. That's correct. They are acting on your behalf for that small amount of time that you may not be able to be there because you have your own doctor's appointment, dental appointment, whatever. Yes, question? That's a good question, and it's really helpful. She said, can I go on vacation? And yes, you can go on vacation. But if I go on vacation, do I have to let you guys know? There's nothing that says you have to let us know. But it is really helpful. If you call us, yeah, you could just say, you can call the desk duty officer. We get those calls all the time. I'm going on vacation. I'm closing for 2 weeks. I won't be there. Thank you. Because when you call and give that information, a confidential note is placed in our database. And the analyst goes out to visit you. They're going to look in that database and they go, oh, wait, she's not there. I'm not going to, I'll do someone else this week. So it is very helpful. Thank you. Yeah. Who have we not answered? So we show up at the house and there's nobody there, but you are operating because you're at the park. Okay? Does anybody want to? You went somewhere. You're not home, but you are operating. Yes. 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 And
So typically when we encounter a situation like that, personally, I will knock on the door. There's no answer. I will call the phone number on file. There's no answer. I will see if there's a cell phone. There's no answer. I will probably be leaving my business card saying I have made a visit. Please call me when you are back. Sometimes the providers will call me back and let me know we are at the park or we are on a field trip. We won't be back until so o'clock. That's okay. But if we kind of turn around and find out that you were in the house and you did not want to open the door, that's a whole different story. You could post a note on the door. That's okay. It's helpful for us, but you don't have to. The note is kind of for parents who kind of come early unannounced, or if someone else is. But.
Don't do that. Don't put a note on your door telling everybody on earth saying that I'm not home. You can rob it now.
I was going to go down that road. If we could just hear the question, I can't really hear her. So the updated immunization requirements is proof of measles, whooping cough, and flu. Now the measles and the whooping cough is doctor verified. So even if you got it 300 years ago and you could provide proof of that, we're going to take it. But the flu is personal choice, and it is a written declaration. So we're not going to say that you have to take it. We're not going to say that you do or do not have to take it. What you do have to do, however, is do a written statement. And this written statement is yearly. So right now we're entering the 2018 flu season. So you're going to be writing a note very, very soon and put it in your file. I will or will not be taking the flu shot. Sign a date. Flu season starts in October, ends approximately in March. But we want to see the statement written in the months of October through December. You should have made your decision. But you need to do that yearly. This law took effect in 2016. So technically, we are looking for 2016 flu season declaration, 2017, and now currently 2018. That's 3 years worth of statements.
Yes. If you took the flu shot, then you'll have some kind of paperwork to show us that you took it. If you don't have that paperwork to show you took the flu shot, then you'll have a note that says, I declined. I'm not doing it. Question? Got about 2 more minutes for questions, and then we'll be finished tonight. Way in the back, you have to be very, very loud.
My question is, so as a topic provider, we need to 80% stay all year, stay in the topic.
Yes, your name is on the license. You live there. You provide the care and supervision to the children, and you must be there, physically present, caring for the children, not upstairs or in the back of the house. They're present, providing the care and supervision for those children at least 80% of the time.
Oh, every day?
Every day. They don't, and as I mentioned before, this is important because when we get out And you don't want to think about, honestly, you don't want to think about how often can I not be there. You want to think about how often can I be there. Because this is your business. You're going to turn over your livelihood, your business, your income over to somebody else, and you're not going to be present and not even know what's going on in there. So you want to think about being there all the time. It doesn't say, I'm sorry, I'm trying to answer her question, so I need a little bit of less sidebars. So the 80%, it does not say what is 80%. It doesn't say so many days or so many hours. It simply says 80%. So you're going to have to use your best judgment on what that 80% means. We do get complaints all the time that the parents file that the licensee is never there. We get those, and we investigate those. When you as a parent go to a facility and you interview those people and you put your precious child in their care, you're expecting that that's the person that's going to be caring for your child, right? That's the one you interviewed. That's the one you talked to. And then every other day you show up, there's somebody else there. You are going to get a complaint that you are never there. Okay? One last question. Here we go. So, thank you everybody for coming. I appreciate your being here. I know it's a long day. I appreciate your patience. I hope it was worth your time. It was certainly worth ours. San Francisco Family Childcare is the best!